Hey, you guys, Kim Georgera here. I am here to talk to you guys about chapter 4 of Rock Your Network Marketing Business. And this chapter is all about promoting our products. So, guys, we really have an advantage with Plexus when promoting our products because we have consumable products. A lot of people in network marketing companies, even though they have absolutely amazing products, they don't have products that are consumable, meaning that they need them every single month. People need them every single month. I mean, lipsticks are wonderful, mascara is wonderful, leggings are wonderful, all of that stuff, but you don't need that every month because it'll usually last 2 or 3 months and sometimes more. So we are very blessed in that we have products that people need every single month if they're taking them properly, obviously. So really like stress to your customers and your ambassadors that they have to be consistent and take them every single day so that they're ordering every single month. So, all right, so sharing the products, that came really easy for me because as you remember in my last video, I had been a customer for 6 months before I signed up to be an ambassador, and I already had a testimony. And I had come from such a bad place and had been helped so much by the products that it was really easy for me to share about the products. I tend to do that before I share the business, which in the book, Sarah Robbins talks about sharing the business, leading with the business and coming in with the products. And that's okay if that's the way you do it. But I start out with the products because I believe that I have a testimony. So, and I'm going to give you a little bit of my testimony. So we talked about me being kind of depressed and anxious and stuff like that a couple of years ago and overweight. And I started the products to lose weight. And back then, I only started on the accelerator and the pink drink. That was it. And it really wasn't consistent. And then my upline did a challenge when the block came out and did a block party and challenged me to take the block for 60 days, every single day, twice a day, and to see if I had lost the weight and see how I felt. And so I did. I jumped on that challenge and I lost like 8 pounds in that 8 weeks. And I was just thrilled, absolutely thrilled. But I also started to notice that some of my other symptoms were starting to decrease or go away. So, y'all, I was on 7 prescription medications, 7. I was on an antidepressant, an anti-anxiety. I was addicted to Ambien because I was a night nurse and I couldn't sleep without it. So I took it in the mornings when I got home from work. And on the days that I was off, I took it at night before I went to bed so that I could try to regulate my sleep. So I was on Ambien. I was on medicine for severe swelling of my lower extremities, like 3 and 4 times the size. So I was on fluid pills for that. I was on medication for IBS because my IBS was really severe to a point that I didn't want to leave my house. That's how severe it was. I was also on medication for cholesterol. Guys, my cholesterol was 320. It was a ticking time bomb. I was also on blood pressure medication, and that's not even including the anti-inflammatories I took nonstop because I had bulging disc in my lower back from lifting patients all those years. So I was on a ton of medication. I felt like I was living at the pharmacy or at the doctor's office. And I would go to the doctor's office and just cry because I was so miserable with my life. And so after a couple months being consistent on Plexus, I started noticing, first of all, my legs weren't swelling. Even when I was on my feet for a 12 and 13-hour shift, my legs weren't swelling. It's like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Because that was just crazy. And I started just feeling happy and I was losing weight and all of a sudden my IBS was getting better. So long story short, I was able to come off of all 7 of those prescription medications that I was on. So y'all, that's an amazing testimony. And so whenever I signed up to be an ambassador, of course, I wanted to share that testimony with everybody because I really felt like it had changed my life. And I guess in a sense, it did change my life because I went from being a miserable cow to a really happy, kind of fun person. So people were like thinking, oh my gosh, whatever you're doing, I want it because you have definitely changed. They definitely saw a change in me. So anyway, so when I first started, I got a lot of customers because they had noticed, and I led with the products. Now, guys, I'm not telling you that you need to know everything about these products, but you need to know a little bit of something about all of them. You need to know what products we have. You need to know that we have these products and what they do. You don't need to know the ingredients, the science behind them. You can always look that up real quick if they ask a particular question, or ask one of your team members or something, and they will your upline, they will help you with that. But one thing I do suggest is when you talk to prospects is you really, really, really listen to them, because if they have health issues, or if they have certain things that are plaguing them, that they have concerns with, you want to know what products to recommend to them. So I want you to really kind of, I'll tell you what the best resource is for that. There's a lot of videos out there, and they're amazing. And I used to take notes on it like crazy and study it because I'm a nurse. And so I was very interested in the science part of it and how it all worked, how it all came together. So I kind of learned the science about it, but I don't know everything there is to know. I learn something new every day. But, you do want to know the basics. And the best way to learn is that welcome pack that Plexus sends now with when you sign up as a new ambassador. I didn't get that when I signed up. I got the old one. But of course, at Super Saturday last year, I got one. And y'all use those product cards like crazy that are in that welcome pack. So I suggest you get those product cards, kind of study them a little bit, have them handy. I carry mine in my purse so that if I forget something, I can just pull one out. And I also carry the price guide in my purse so that I know what the prices are, if anybody asks. So that's a suggestion. All right, so I'm going to tell you some ways that everybody does it differently. You have your own style, and whatever works for you is what you do. But I'm going to tell you what I did to grow my business. And y'all, at one point, in like the 4th month in, my PV was like $3,500, $4,000. It's not that now. Oh, how I wish. But because all of those customers became ambassadors, which is amazing too. So I'm not going to fuss about it, but that PV was nice. It was so nice. So how did I get them? Samples. Y'all, my husband is in sales. So he told me, he said, if you're going to do this as a business, then we're going to invest in this business. You're going to get you some samples. We're going to get you some brochures. You're going to get your business cards. This is your business. So now, I didn't really work it like a business, like the CEO that I should have been. But one thing I had on my side was I was stocked, locked and loaded with samples. And back then, compliance was not on us as much. And we were able to post on Facebooks, and I did giveaways non-stop. I always had them in my purse. I was mailing out samples non-stop like a mad woman. And y'all, I got probably 75% of my customers that way. And the rest of them I got just from them just believing it the minute they saw my testimony or saw me talk about it, and they just, signed up as a customer right away. But samples have been my biggest thing. And, Melissa's got something going on Team Eichenhorst right now with the Picking the Pumpkin. And that is a great way to do things. And, because people love a contest, and they love to be in those guessing games. And if you put, their name in there, and, or they want to put their name in, and then they're not the winner, then that's an excuse to reach out to them and say, thank you so much for, playing along in my little game, my little contest. And I'm so sorry you didn't win, but I would love to just send you a single pack anyway. What attracts you to Plexus? Just put your own verbiage. Melissa has great verbiage in her post, so go look at that on Team Eichenhorst. Okay, second thing I did, Sip and Seas. I had a couple Sip and Seas in my house, but I have gone to my team members' houses. I just tell them, you provide the location, you provide the, like a little few snacks and some pink drink, and I'll take care of the rest. I carry my sample bottles. I carry, I do it all. I stand up there, I give my testimony, I talk about the products, I talk about the opportunity, and I've even had a couple people go silver at a Sip and See. So y'all, I really suggest reaching out to your team members and offering that. And or if you've never hosted one in your home, it's a great way to invite your neighbors. And even if you don't know them, just go put a little invitation on their door and say, hey, having a little get together at my house. I would love for you to come and sample the pink drink. No obligation to buy. Just come on by and meet the neighbors. So social media, obviously we all use Facebook. We love Facebook, but now we have to be careful with Facebook with the compliance. So thankfully we have the before and afters that are compliant that we can use now. And so those are wonderful. Use those for testimonies. And you can use your personal testimony like privately with people when you private message them and kind of give them your story, because you guys, just as Sarah says in the book, that products products sell. No, what did she say? Stories sell. Stories definitely sell. So when you tell them your story, then that's what's going to get them hooked. Okay, why am I saying that wrong? Facts tell, stories sell. There you go. So you can tell them facts about the products all day long, but they want to hear, what did it do for you? How did you change? What happened with you? So when somebody asks me about it, like if I wear Plexus shirts all the time, and I have people stop me all the time. And what I say when they stop me and they say, I've gotten 2 customers out of this one shirt that says, ask me about Plexus. Got one in Walmart and I got one in Kroger. And I say, I would love to tell you my story. Would you like to hear it? And of course, they're not going to say, no, not really. So they say yes, and I give them a brief, like my testimony, tell them all those medications I've come off of and that I've lost 17 pounds. And they're like, I need some of that stuff. And so got a couple customers that way. And a lot of things have happened from my story. So I suggest that you definitely do that. When you get your customers, you want to keep them. And in order to keep them, except for flipping them over to an ambassador, I do incentives for them. Christmas, I send them gifts. I send them little thank you notes. I check in with them. How are you doing? Is there any product, sometimes just out of the blue, I'll say, is there any product you'd like to try? I'd be happy to send it to you. And I order them a full-size product and send it to them. I also have one girl that has been my customer for 1.5 years, and she sends all her friends to me. I try to tell her, don't do that. And she says, oh, no, I don't really want to do the business. I'll just send them to you if you buy me free products. So win-win situation. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to kind of like go over that with you. I hope I didn't miss any points, but I want you to know a little bit about the products. We have amazing products. We have products that people need, people want, and that will change their lives. And I don't mean that cliched at all. It changed my life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and hope you took something away from it. And I hope you're having a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon, okay? Bye-bye.